Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told out of Voice of Radio, so today we've got a big update about that Pokémon TCG Classic thing, which is coming out, which is awesome. I've described it as maybe the best product ever, and I mean that very sincerely, incidentally. Remember, it's that thing where it's got like a case that folds out into a playmat, and it comes with sleeves, and it's got those really cool stackable damage counters, which are awesome. And the ball that you drop down into the little well to decide heads and tails, which is awesome. And it just looks great. Although I did find out this morning I was unsuccessful in the lottery to try and buy one of these over in Japan, which makes me really sad. And now I need to go and find another way to get a hold of these, and I am not impressed. So if anyone's got any options for getting a Japanese version, I'm going to be able to get an English version. That shouldn't be too hard, but I want the Japanese version. So if anyone's got an out, please do let me know. But anyway, we've got a whole bunch of new cards that have gone and been revealed, and they've been revealed for the Japanese set because that's where the reveals are happening right now. We are going to get the same decks, although they might not have exactly the same holo patterns, etc., so do bear that in mind. But we are going to be getting these same cards in English, so I feel all right going and having a look at them. Cool? Cool. So let's start off with the Venusaur deck, because we've had it confirmed that we are going to be getting Bulbasaur and Ivysaur. And some of you are going to look at these and go, hang on a second, Wassy. These look a little bit familiar. And they should, because it is base set Bulbasaur and base set Ivysaur. These are the same cards that we've had literally since the very beginning of the Pokémon TCG. These are the exact same cards. Now, when I say the exact same cards, I do mean the exact same cards. You'll notice the energy symbols are a bit different on the English cards, but that's fine. That's just the way things generally tend to go. But the Bulbasaur is still 40 HP, and it's still got Leech Seed, and the Ivysaur has still got 60 HP, and it's still got Vine Whip and Poison Powder. So don't worry about it, ladies and gentlemen. They are the exact same cards, though they do not initially look like it. But like I say, the way Japanese energy symbols were arranged was not always the same as English. That was a weird thing back in the early days of the game. Now, we've also been shown this grass energy. Firstly, yowza, it's beautiful. Secondly, base energy is the best. And I don't think there's... Okay, fine, Call of Legends. Call of Legends and base set, they are the only two energies I'm taking seriously. They are the only ones. I will sometimes use other ones because I'm too lazy to go and search out the ones I actually like. But Hargoth, Soul Silver, Call of Legends, and base, they are the only energies I really like using. I adore them. So, having this beautiful version, absolutely love it. But there's more. We've also got this Onyx. Now, this is actually the Onyx that came around in Lost Thunder. And this is an Onyx that actually has... It's got a real meaning to me. I've got memories about this Onyx. I did a full video about this vanilla Onyx that does 4 energy 120 back in the day, and I stand by that because it was a genuinely relevant Onyx that saw a bunch of play and was a really good tech in a bunch of decks. But when I made the video, I did get a bit of flack from some people being like, mate, it's literally got a vanilla attack and you made a whole video just on this Onyx. I regret nothing. I'm apologizing for that. It's just something that happened and I find it kind of funny, so I thought I'd remind you all of it now. And then we've got Pokémon Nurse. Now, this came around in Expedition, and at this stage, this is where we kind of pause the video for a minute and go, hang on a second, Wassy. When you showed us this before, you were showing us a bunch of base set cards and a few new cards. That made sense. Bunch of base set reprints, chuck in a few new cards to make things exciting, but now you're showing me the Onyx from Lost Thunder and Pokémon Nurse from Expedition? Yeah. This is cool. Pokemon Nurse, you remove all damage counters from one of your Pokemon and then discard all energy cards attached to it, if any. It's actually a supported version of Max Potion, which is kind of cool. So yeah, Pokemon Nurse. Do remember, although this is actually Pokemon Nurse, it is a card that is not legal in the game right now. It rotated out many years ago, only incidentally ever got printed in Expedition, never got a reprint. This is not going to be legal. Remember, these cards are not legal for tournament play. That is important. Moving over to the Charizard deck, there are a couple of things you should probably be expecting. There is a Charmander. It is base set Charmander. It is identical to base set Charmander. It is just a reprint of base set Charmander. It's got 50 HP, it's got Scratch, it's got Ember. There is also a Charmeleon. It is base set Charmeleon, it is identical, it is a reprint 80 HP with Slash and Flamethrower. But look how cool they look! I'm terrified the English version of this product is not going to have cards that look this cool, and that makes me genuinely sad. Like I say, I feel very confident I will somehow be able to get hold of the English version. The Japanese version is what's terrifying me right now. I entered the lottery and I didn't get one, so I really hope that they reopen it or they do it made to order or something, because I really want one of these in Japanese. I don't know. I'm sure I'll find a way somehow. Yeah. But there are some other cards that have gone and been revealed for this Charizard deck. Obviously, we've got the Fire Energy, and goodness me, I love this Fire Energy. Like, I know it's basic energy, and I know I shouldn't be getting excited about basic energy, and I don't even care, right? I was playing Pokemon as a child when the base set came out, so there's a nostalgia thing going on here. I admit that. But I adore base set energy. I think there is only one type of energy that has ever come close to base set energy, and that is the Heart Gold Soul Silver energy. Nothing else in my eyes has ever come close. So, yeah. I don't even really care at this stage, honestly, ladies and gentlemen. I love this, and seeing this type of energy is awesome. Now, as well as the pre-evolutions and the energy, which, when I showed you the Venusaur deck, you probably could have guessed, we've also got a reprint of Bill. Now, Bill doesn't look exciting, I grant you. It is a supporter card that draws 2 cards. I get that. However, you may notice here they have reprinted Bill from Heart Gold Soul Silver. They had to reprint Bill from Heart Gold Soul Silver. And the reason they had to reprint Bill from Heart Gold Soul Silver is because Bill was actually in the base set. But back in the base set, there was no such thing as supporter cards. What that means is everything was essentially an item card, and everything could be played. So Bill, as a supporter, draw 2 cards. Garbage. Nobody played Bill from Heart Gold Soul Silver, and that doesn't surprise me. Nobody's ever playing Bill from Heart Gold Soul Silver. But back in the base set, and we know soon that the Game Boy game, the Pokémon TCG Game Boy game, is going to be put on Nintendo Switch. That is, or it's going to be put on the, the Game Boy player or whatever on Nintendo Switch. When that happens, go and play it, because you should anyway, it's an amazing game. You will very quickly realize how busted Bill is. Bill in the base set was like genuinely full-on broken. Just an item card or a card you can play at any time that drew 2. Genuinely, like, absolutely over the top, just ridiculous, broken. But here they have, like I say, they very clearly reprinted the one from Heart Gold Soul Silver, where Bill was a supporter card, so it's trash, but I had to just mention old school Bill. We've then got base set Clefairy coming in here as well, and like I keep telling you, it's just a full-on reprint. Different holo pattern and all of that, but the same card, 40 HP, with Sing and Metronome. Worth pointing out, Metronome, free energy, choose one of the defending Pokemon's attacks, copy that attack, you don't need the specific energy. Clefairy was legit. Clefairy, back in the base set days, did actually see a bunch of play, so, cool for Clefairy. And then we finish off with a Blastoise deck, which is clearly the coolest of them. And this is amazing. Now, firstly, we got the lovely Mitsuhiro Arita Squirtle. And again, as I keep telling you, we are talking about a straight reprint here. It is amazing and beautiful and lovely, and we love it. It's got Bubble, it's got Withdraw, it's got 40 HP. Squirtle was the right choice back in Gen 1. And then we've got War Turtle, exactly the same deal, just a straight reprint of the one from the base set. We've got 70 HP, we've got Withdraw, and we've got Bite. Lovely. But then it gets interesting. Obviously, we've got the Water Energy, and I've talked enough about the basic energy. I love it. The foiling is great. It's amazing. But then we've got Versus Seeker. I love Versus Seeker. It is an amazing card. It's not one we're getting back anytime soon, which is a little bit sad. But Versus Seeker is a great card, and were it released nowadays, it would see a whole bunch of play. It's been printed a few times over the years. If anybody's interested in the pedantry, and I absolutely am, this is actually the one from Phantom Forces. So this is a Phantom Forces one, reprinted here. It's lovely. Lets you get a supporter card from your discard pile to your hand. It is great, and we love it. And I'll be honest with you, you could have given me a lot of time to guess the cards that were going to be reprinted here, and I think I would have eventually got to things like Versus Seeker and Bill. I'm not sure I ever would have got to Lieutenant Surge's Rattata. I'll be honest with you, I did not see Lieutenant Surge's Rattata getting a reprint here. As a cool little side note, there was a Lieutenant Surge's Rattata in Gym Heroes. That is the one that is being reprinted here. There was also a Lieutenant Surge's Rattata in Gym Challenge. That is not being reprinted here. That is not a thing. Yeah, we're getting this one instead. They do, funnily enough, both have Focus Energy. The thing is, like, you use Focus Energy and then next turn Nor does 40 for 2 energy. It's terrible. I don't know why we're getting a reprint of Lieutenant Surge's Rattata. But I kind of love that we are. Maybe when we finally get round to seeing the full list, maybe it will all make sense. Right now, that card makes no sense. I'm sure if you'd have asked me to name cards, I would have eventually got to Clefairy. It would have taken me a while, but I think Onyx and Pokemon Nurse, eventually I would have been like, okay, fine. This? Nah. I would never. I'd have had to go through like 95% of all Pokemon cards ever printed before I got to this one. It's terrible. I love that it's getting reprinted. If anybody out there has got any theories as to why, please let me know, because I am drawing a complete blank. Right, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you need to know, and now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about this. Tell me your theories. Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wasi. That's where we talk Pokemon and card games and Pokemon card games, all kinds of fun things. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, all kinds of fun things. Oh, and get shoutouts on the channel, like the lovely Kanto Royalty, who's been one of our supporters for a while now, and is a very lovely person. So shout out to them for all the support, and for being a lovely person. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.